Whoever is listening, guys, welcome back. This is the Man with a Plan podcast, episode 72. And holy cow, we just had one of the better Super Bowls that I've watched, at least recently. Definitely a step up from Kansas City, San Francisco, where it was kind of in San Francisco's hands till the very last minute. And then a obvious step up from last year's Super Bowl where Tom Brady annihilated the Kansas City Chiefs. So what a game. We had the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals go back and forth. There are so many ways you could take an angle, try to figure out where to go with it. So I just want to start with Matthew Stafford. What an interesting, he's one that you can take so many different angles with it, just like this game. Stafford's a quarterback where, oh my gosh, 12 years in Detroit, it feels like purgatory almost in a way. You have a plethora of issues, management issues, and everyone will obviously be like, hey, finally gets his chance. The Rams trade for Matthew Stafford, ship Jared Goff to Detroit. The Lions have their season. The Rams gets the playoffs. And for Stafford and the Rams, this was a season about going all in, going ballistic, trying to figure out how can we use these pieces, these all-star pieces that we've acquired, like Von Miller, OBJ. How do we get Aaron Donald as the front and center of this? How do we get this guy his ring? How do we have pieces like Cooper Kupp after Robert Woods go down? How do we add that to the equation? So many different ways that the Rams could have done this, but they went all in. They spent so many draft picks, basically throwing away their future. So it is Super Bowl or bust, and they were able to obtain that ring by taking down the Bengals 23-20, and it came down to the quarterback's hands, Matthew Stafford, and in the end, Aaron Donald made the play that had Joe Burrow force a quick throw to P. Ryan that was incomplete. And really, what a game it was. It looked like in the beginning, the Rams with OBJ, Cooper Kupp, they were able to do so many different things with the ball, have such mismatches for the Cincinnati Bengals defense, and OBJ goes down. Obviously, his impact was very much felt before he went down, had the touchdown. So all you Cleveland fans, I'm so sorry about that. But you have OBJ go down, and say what you want about turf fields. I don't know if it was an ACL injury or not, so we'll keep that on the I don't have that information, obviously, or it might be on Twitter. I just haven't checked in a bit. But his impact was certainly felt after he was gone because the Rams offense kind of just took a downward. It went on a little bit of a spiral. They weren't able to figure things out. Stafford was he wasn't making good decisions with the football. He was kind of forcing things. 2 interceptions, and the Bengals were able to capitalize on it. Joe Burrow had big plays to T. Higgins to start off the second half. Joe Mixon had a touchdown pass to T. Higgins. Shout out for T. Higgins for Clemson, and for my YouTube audience, you can see me representing the shirt. Had a big game, leading receiver in the Super Bowl. Tough way to see it go out, and say what you will about the missed pass interference call on T. Higgins with literally grabbing Ramsey's face mask and pulling him like this. It was crazy, but it was a game where if you wanted your defense, you had it. The Rams defensive line eventually figured it out and was able to give Joe Burrow a multitude of problems. I think it was 5 sacks in the second half. So they really got in there, got a lot of pressure. This game went back and forth for a long time, and it came down to Matthew Stafford, who had gotten the crap kicked out of him. He was limping. Joe Burrow was limping. These are 2 tough quarterbacks. They're able to overcome their injuries and be able to put on really great performances for their team. It is one of those games where I wasn't disappointed with the outcome. No, regardless of who was going to win, I would have been happy for the city of Cincinnati, who's had a really great year. Cincinnati Bearcats in the playoffs, Bengals to the Super Bowl. Ultimately, they didn't get the result they wanted, but they're able to take significant leaps, not what they're really used to. And it's been a long time since he's had this kind of run in the playoffs. So a lot of good things for them. They have a really young roster. And let's just talk about Cincinnati for a second. This isn't the end of the world. This is a team that is way ahead of schedule. This is a team that is under contract with Joe Burrow for a long time, T. Higgins for a long time. They've got Jamar Chase, who is just an unbelievable, true wide receiver 1 under contract. They aren't paying these guys. That is the core of their offense, making big explosive plays, whether they can use the big body of T. Higgins or they can use the speed of Jamar Chase. And obviously, they've got Joe Burrow to facilitate that. And they have a great running game with Joe Mixon. They just need to do 2 things. They need to strengthen their offensive line, and they need to find some corners. They need to be able to get some dogs like Jalen Ramsey, who unfortunately didn't have the best of nights, but he's still on his best days, very much the best corner in the league. So for Cincinnati, this isn't going to be, obviously you're upset that you didn't reach your goal that you wanted to, but you're able to do so much this year and do so much with the expectations. This was a team that was projected to finish last in the division, and they're able to overcome so much, take down Kansas City, the number 1 seed in Tennessee. They did so much this year. So if you're a Bengals fan, you got a lot to be proud of. You did a lot this year with not a lot of expectations thrown your way. For the Rams, you went Super Bowl or bust, and you got exactly what you wanted. And I'm hearing reports now that Aaron Donald is potentially considering retirement. So on that end, wow, that is unbelievable. I didn't really expect that, and I guess we'll figure it out in the next couple of weeks. We're going to enter a very weird stage for the show. We've done this before, guys, so don't worry. We've got plenty of guests lined up. One that I'm really, really excited about, and I get to call one on Monday or on the 21st next week that hopefully will be a really good one. So we've got some stuff lined up for the end of February that I'm really excited about. As for more of the game, Matthew Stafford finally gets his, and I know we talked about it in the beginning, but the journey that he's been on with his wife, with Detroit, finally gets his ring. Aaron Donald finally gets his ring. OBJ finally gets his ring. It's a lot of finally. Sean McVay, a coach. This was a legacy game for Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. Sean McVay went all in. Matthew Stafford was the centerpiece of going all in. Matthew Stafford, I believe, now is for sure locked in as a Hall of Famer. Whether Sean McVay wants to continue coaching, there was that rumor that he wants to go into broadcasting. I don't know how legit that is, but winning a Super Bowl that young of an age, why stop now? Keep going. This is a Rams team that if they can get the right pieces in the right places and be able to keep this core, they should be dangerous for a long time, especially with Tom Brady being out of the NFC and out of the NFL in general. Aaron Rodgers, we don't know what the heck he's going to do. It'll be an offseason where we'll have to predict that. But it sounds like they're willing to go all in. And as for the AFC, you'll have the Ravens are going to get better. The Patriots are going to get better. The Chiefs are going to be back. Buffalo. Those are in my mind, those 4 teams are going to be the top teams in the AFC. If I'm missing one, probably am. But those are my 4 teams in mind that will be at the top of the AFC next year. And actually, they're both in. So we got the 5 teams: Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals, Pats, and the Bills. Those will be my 5 to compete for the Super Bowl. NFC, the Rams, Packers if they can keep Aaron Rodgers, the Cowboys, of course, they're going to be interesting, a team to watch. Very interested to see what San Francisco does. Keep an eye on them. And then, I don't know, there's a lot of teams in the middle in the NFC. We don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray or the Cardinals. The 49ers, what will Trey Lance look like? The Seattle Seahawks, is Russell Wilson going to be on that team next year? Who knows? Tampa, I don't know. But a lot of great stuff. What a game. Exactly what you wanted if you're a football fan to cap off this season. What a postseason. It has been an honor to be able to commentate it with you guys. Super excited for what's next. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams, your 2021 to 2022 Super Bowl champs. Let's see how it goes next year. Oh, man. It's unbelievable. But thank you guys, as always, for letting me talk my thoughts and give that to you guys. We're on our way to 4,500 listeners. So if you're one that's new, let me know. Let us know how we're doing. Leave a 5-star review or subscribe for more content. Hopefully to do some new things like this on YouTube. So if you're on the YouTube, you'll be seeing my face more. I got a ring light and some upgraded equipment to be able to facilitate that. And then my radio audience and Spotify, that doesn't change. And so as for the podcast, we're going to keep going. Just because football stops does not mean we do. So if you've been here since last year, you know that'll be the drill. So get ready for more content, guys. It's going to be a great offseason, and I'm looking forward to it. This is the Man with the Plan podcast, episode 72. Thank you, as always, for the support, and take care.